Welcome to Magical Kingdom, where we explore the enchanting world of magic, fantasy, and adventure. Join us for captivating stories, mystical journeys, and unforgettable experiences. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more magical videos. Today, we're diving into a mystical tale of love and adventure. Our story is called The Enchanted Hearts. So, sit back, relax, and let the magic unfold. Chapter 10, Into the Whispering Woods. The group stepped into the Whispering Woods as the early morning light filtered through the dense canopy above. Isla felt a shiver of anticipation run down her spine, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and vibrant foliage. The trees loomed overhead, their trunks gnarled and twisted, their branches intertwining to form a natural archway that seemed to beckon them deeper into the forest. As they walked, the sounds of the outside world faded away, replaced by the soft rustle of leaves and the distant calls of unseen creatures. The atmosphere shifted, becoming almost surreal as the light dimmed and shadows danced along the forest floor. "Stay close," Eryx reminded them, his voice steady as he led the way. "The woods can be deceptive. We need to watch for illusions." Isla nodded, her heart pounding in her chest. She focused on the path ahead, trying to ignore the creeping anxiety threatening to overwhelm her. The stories of lost travelers haunted her thoughts. What if they became another tale of those who entered the woods and never returned? Darren walked beside her, glancing over with a reassuring smile. "Don't worry. We're all in this together. Just keep your eyes peeled and trust your instincts." "Thanks," Isla replied, grateful for his support. "I'll do my best." As they ventured deeper into the woods, the air grew cooler, and a thick mist began to rise from the ground. The trees whispered secrets, their leaves rustling softly as if sharing stories with one another. Isla strained to listen, but all she could hear was the faint echo of her own heartbeat in her ears. Suddenly, a flash of movement caught her eye, a flicker of light darting between the trees. She stopped, her breath catching in her throat. "Did you see that?" "What?" Eryx asked, turning back to her. "That light." "It was right over there," Isla said, pointing toward the direction she had seen it. Lira squinted, trying to spot it as well. "I don't see anything." "Are you sure it wasn't an illusion?" "It felt real," Isla insisted, her curiosity piqued. "Should we check it out?" Eryx hesitated but then nodded. "Let's be cautious. If it's an illusion, we don't want to get separated." The group carefully followed Isla's lead, moving through the thick underbrush. As they approached, the light flickered again, revealing a small clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. In the center of the clearing stood a cluster of shimmering orbs, floating gracefully above the ground. They glowed with a soft, inviting light, their colors shifting from blue to violet and back again. "Are they will-o'-the-wisps?" Lira whispered, her voice filled with awe. "They're supposed to lead travelers to safety, or to danger." "Or to their doom," Kale added, his brow furrowed in concern. "We should be careful." Isla stepped forward, captivated by the dancing lights. They seemed to pulse with energy, their movement almost like a playful invitation. "I think they want us to follow them," she said, her curiosity urging her forward. Eryx exchanged glances with the others. "If we follow them, we must remain vigilant. We don't know where they might lead us." As if sensing their hesitation, the will-o'-the-wisps drifted closer, swirling around Isla like tiny stars. She felt a warmth spreading through her as she reached out a hand. "I can feel their energy. It's comforting." "Just stay alert," Eryx cautioned, his expression serious but intrigued. With a deep breath, Isla took a step forward, following the orbs as they floated deeper into the woods. The others followed closely, their senses heightened, watching for any signs of danger. As they traversed the enchanted clearing, the woods began to shift around them. The trees appeared to stretch taller, their bark shimmering as the sunlight filtered through the leaves in a kaleidoscope of colors. The atmosphere felt alive, almost sentient, as if the forest itself were guiding them. Suddenly, the wisps led them to a narrow, winding path lined with delicate flowers that seemed to glow in the dim light. "This is beautiful," Lira marveled, crouching down to examine a luminous bloom. "I've never seen anything like this before." "Keep moving," Eryx urged, glancing around. "We can admire the flowers later." As they continued along the path, Isla felt an inexplicable pull toward the end of the trail. It felt as if something significant awaited them, a revelation or a secret that would illuminate their purpose. At the end of the winding path, they arrived at a large, ancient oak tree, its trunk wide and gnarled, roots sprawling like the fingers of a giant. The tree emanated a sense of wisdom and strength, and Isla felt drawn to it, an overwhelming urge to touch its bark. "Look." Kale pointed, his voice low. "There's a door." Nestled within the tree's trunk was a small, intricately carved door, almost hidden by the thick bark. It seemed to pulse with a faint light, as if it were alive. Isla approached the door, her heart racing. "Should we knock?" "Let me," Eryx said, stepping forward. He raised his hand and knocked softly on the wood. The door creaked open, revealing a dimly lit passageway that seemed to beckon them inside. A sweet, fragrant aroma wafted out, a mix of herbs and flowers, soothing Isla's racing heart. "Should we go in?" Lira asked, her eyes wide with both excitement and apprehension. "Yes," Eryx replied decisively. "We're here to seek guidance. This might be our chance." With a shared look of determination, they stepped through the door, entering the heart of the ancient tree. The passage opened up into a cavernous chamber, the walls adorned with glowing crystals and vines that draped from the ceiling like a natural tapestry. In the center of the room stood a figure, cloaked in deep green fabric that seemed to blend with the surrounding flora. The oracle's face was obscured by a hood, but the air thrummed with her presence, a palpable energy that resonated with Isla's very core. "Welcome, travelers," the oracle spoke, her voice melodic and echoing through the chamber. "You have come seeking wisdom." Isla stepped forward, her heart pounding. "Yes, we are looking for guidance on how to defeat the Shadow King." The oracle raised her hands, and the crystals along the walls illuminated brighter, casting shimmering reflections throughout the room. "The path ahead is fraught with peril. The Shadow King seeks to consume the light of your magic. He thrives on fear and chaos. Is there a way to defeat him?" Darren asked, his voice steady despite the tension in the air. The oracle nodded slowly. "To defeat the Shadow King, you must first confront the darkness within yourselves. Only by facing your fears and embracing your true selves can you wield the light needed to overcome him." Isla felt a lump form in her throat. "But what if I'm not strong enough? What if I fail?" "Strength is born from vulnerability," the oracle replied, her tone gentle yet firm. "You must learn to trust not only in your magic but in the bonds you share with one another. Together, you are stronger than you realize." As she spoke, visions began to swirl around Isla, images of her past, moments of doubt, pain, and fear intermingled with flashes of joy and love. It was overwhelming, and Isla clutched her head, fighting against the flood of emotions. "Embrace it," the oracle urged. "Feel the weight of your fears, and let them guide you toward the light." Isla's breath quickened as she focused on the shadows of her past. She remembered the loss of her grandmother, the loneliness that had followed, and the fear of being inadequate. But intertwined with those memories were the moments of connection she had forged with Eryx, Lira, Darren, and the others. They were her strength, her light. "I can do this," she whispered, her voice shaky but resolute. "Good," the oracle replied, her eyes glimmering beneath the hood. "But you must also prepare for the sacrifices ahead. The path of light demands courage and resilience." "What kind of sacrifices?" Lira asked, her voice trembling slightly. "The kind that may test your bonds," the oracle explained. "You will face challenges that could tear you apart. But remember, every sacrifice brings you closer to your true selves and strengthens your resolve." Isla felt a chill run down her spine. She understood the weight of those words, they were a reminder of the trials that awaited them. "We'll do whatever it takes," she vowed, determination filling her. "Then let me grant you the knowledge you seek," the oracle said, raising her hands once more. The crystals around them began to hum, and the air crackled with energy. "Close your eyes," she instructed. "I will show you the path to the Shadow King." Isla complied, feeling the warmth of the energy envelop her as the oracle began to chant in a melodic language that resonated deep within her soul. Visions flashed before her eyes, dark landscapes shrouded in shadows, a fortress looming in the distance, and glimpses of a figure cloaked in darkness. "The Shadow King draws power from the fears of others," the oracle's voice echoed in her mind. "To confront him, you must find the source of his strength and face him with the light of your magic." Isla concentrated, the visions becoming clearer. She saw herself standing before the Shadow King, her magic flaring brightly as she confronted the darkness. It was a powerful image, but the overwhelming sense of dread threatened to consume her. Focus on the light, the oracle urged, her voice a guiding beacon. Let it flow through you, pushing back against the darkness. Trust in your friends and the bond you share. Isla took a deep breath, allowing the light within her to surge forth. She felt the energy pulsating around her, filling her with strength and clarity. The shadows began to recede, revealing her friends standing beside her, their faces determined and resolute. I won't face him alone, she whispered, the truth settling in her heart. They would confront the Shadow King together, united by their friendship and the light they had cultivated. As the visions faded, Isla opened her eyes to find the oracle gazing at her with a knowing smile. You have the strength within you, Isla. Now you must embrace it and prepare for the battle ahead. Thank you, Isla said, her voice filled with gratitude. We'll do whatever it takes to protect each other. The oracle nodded. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Trust in yourselves, and you will find your way. With those words, the air in the chamber shifted, a sense of urgency settling over them. Eryx stepped forward, determination etched on his face. We're ready. We'll face the Shadow King together. As they prepared to leave the sanctuary of the ancient tree, Isla felt a newfound sense of purpose coursing through her veins. The challenges ahead would be daunting, but she was no longer alone. Together with her friends, she would confront her fears, face the darkness, and reclaim the light. With their hearts united, they stepped back through the door and into the whispering woods, ready to confront whatever awaited them. As the trees whispered their secrets and the path unfolded before them, Isla felt the strength of her magic igniting, propelling her forward into the unknown.